My name is Rajula. I am originally from India. That's where I did my master. Then I did my PhD in the US. Then I wasn't born. And currently I'm in Edinburgh, but this in a few months I'll be going back to US, in fact, to where I did my PhD, Wisconsin-Madison, for a tenure track position. I consider myself a harmonic analyst, which is about how do you decompose a signal or a function into waves, like electrical signals or heat waves, and then also how do you meaningfully put things back together. But as a postdoc, I also got interested in connections between harmonic analysis and number theory, in particular how you can use all these tools from analysis to count rational points or points from a lattice near some nice geometric objects. So that's what I'm working on these days. Yeah, so I mean, it's a small moment, but it was just funny because this was my the first problem I had been working on as a PhD student, and I had been working on it for a few months, and then I was stuck, and then my advisor gave me another problem, which I was working on during my first summer. And by the end of the summer, I had already solved the problem, the second problem that my advisor gave me. But I guess something had been going on in the background for the first problem, or wavelets that I had. And I remember having a private personal video call with someone and just chatting with them at dinner. And suddenly I had this thought that, oh, this is the missing piece that I have to solve the first problem. And I was just amazed because initially I was stuck at the first problem that I had, and by the end of the summer I had already solved two problems, and the solution just came on its own. But what it showed was that all the hard work that was there before was put to use. My mind was just working in the background. But it was awesome I'd seen these kind of moments in the movies, and I thought that it's just something people do for entertainment, but it happened and it was nice. At first, I couldn't believe it because when I was told the news, the person, it was Professor Taita wrote to me and said that he wants to talk. And I thought it was a scam because why is he writing to me? And then when I got to know of it, I just felt very humbled because there are mathematicians that I really look up to have won this prize before. And I certainly think that I still have a long way to go before. But it was a very nice recognition of the kind of problems that I've been working on from the community itself. And especially as a postdoc, you're branching out into new areas, and you're coming up with your own problems, and you wonder if they are good problems to ask, good problems to work on, and you're taking a bit of a risk. So to have this kind of a big acknowledgement of people people enjoying the problems or appreciating the problems I was working on was a big deal to me, and I felt really honored, but also humbled, and also that I should continue working in this direction. Yeah, most probably I would like to be either a writer because I really like reading fiction, but maybe a writer of mystery books, so still working on some kind of puzzles, or a puzzler, I guess. Yeah, this would be fun things to do. I would really like to be a writer in another universe. And I feel like as mathematicians also, we try to keep telling stories. It would just be a different way of telling stories. Yeah, so I really like to read. Half the time I read some serious fiction books, and then when it gets too serious, then I go to reading some mysteries, some Agatha Christie or Japanese mysteries, because again, I guess I like this aspect of problem solving, which is there, but it's also a fun way. So I really like to read. I feel like with reading, it's the easiest way to time travel or travel to different places. I also really like to take walks, especially Bonn is a very beautiful place to take walks in. So that's another thing that I enjoy. I guess one advice is that you have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable all the time, because a lot of times you keep learning, and then you realize that you don't know much still. And there's always this process of, especially if I think if you are slightly uncomfortable, it's a good sign because it means you're pushing yourself, and that's how you learn new things. I am just learning to be comfortable with or being humbled by realizing that, I mean, I go to a new seminar and I see that I don't know anything about this area, but it's interesting, and it always takes time. But as time goes, you also begin to see sometimes some connections, which I guess is the reward. But those moments are fleeting. In the middle, a lot of times you would feel like things are not moving, or you don't understand things. But I guess that's what the process is about, and that's how you know that you're learning something new. So I guess get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and also try to find a community. It could be of people, your peers. There should be, but also some senior people who, with whom you can learn, but also you can discuss ideas, just bounce things off. Because yeah, if you're uncomfortable most of the time, better find people you are happy being uncomfortable with. Yeah, I feel MPIM born, the atmosphere is very charged with like young blood. I think it's a very unique institution, even among Max Planck's, in the way that it's built around postdocs. There's, of course, some very good senior mathematicians here, but most of the time, the people I met at the tea time were other postdocs like me in a similar career phase, and so many like working from different areas. So I thought it was very informal, where you could talk about problems you work on without feeling judged, because everybody's learning is in a similar career stage. And I really liked the fact that there was a very regular tea time, which was attended by a lot of people, which was something which I think a lot of departments try to do, but they're not successful at. So this culture is very nice. And then there's a lot of seminars going on, a lot of reading groups, of people wanting to do things on their own on a voluntary basis. So I think that creates a really good atmosphere of exchange. As an analyst, I would have liked to see more analysts here, but I guess that's also partly on me. But I think now Max Planck is also diversifying in different areas, which is very good for people from different areas to come here and learn and just, yeah. It was a very influential time for me.